The 2010 Daytona 500 was one that had the general outlook of optimism. It was the start of a new decade, and there was plenty of buzz as to how the next 10 years of NASCAR racing would be. Speed Week started off with tons of action. The ARCA race saw the stock car racing debut of Danica Patrick. The truck race saw Timothy Peters edge out the Onion. And while Tony Stewart won his third consecutive Daytona season opener, in the Nationwide Series that is, it was a combo of Danica Mania and Dale Jr. stealing the headlines, with Jr. having a nasty flip on the super stretch. But these races were done, and now all the attention was on the 500. Hendrick Motorsports teammates Mark Martin and Dale Jr. took the green flag on the front row in front of an estimated crowd of 175,000. Martin was looking to continue on his 2009 championship run, and what better way than to lead the first laps of the new season? This package was an incredibly racy and competitive one. While the two-car tandem seen at Talladega weren't as prevalent at Daytona, the COT gave huge runs in the pack and tons of maneuverability, with admittedly poor handling race cars though, on this old slippery surface. Both duel races finished with side-by-side finishes, with the first duel seeing defending champ Jimmy Johnson beating out Kevin Harvick by 5 1/1000ths of a second. It wouldn't be long, though, until the first issues in the pack would take place.
A smoker down in turn one, guys.
Car spins and gets collected down off the banking between turns 1 and 2. Regan Smith is in it. Brad Keselowski and Keselowski's teammate, the 77 Sam Hornish, are all involved.
This was merely a speed bump on the competition, though. Through lap 70, nobody could really keep the lead longer than 20 laps. It was looking clear, though, that Kevin Harvick and Kurt Busch were the top guys to beat early on. The action was only broken up by Joe Nemechek bringing out a yellow, as well as Mike Bliss a few laps later. Single car incidents were littered throughout most of the daytime portion of the race. Handling would continue to be a main issue for pretty much the entire field. Due to this, the field would be spread out for much of the portion in the daylight. It seemed most likely that this would be how the race would wind up. Unlike the previous 4 Daytona 500s, this one was looking to finish without a huge wreck on the day. But that's when the universe and Daytona's cookie crumble asphalt had other plans.
A break here for track repair. When you pave a racetrack beginning at the bottom of the apron, you lay the pavement in courses about 12 feet wide, and that creates a seam right where those safety workers are standing, and some of the asphalt in that seam between the lowest and the next course has come up.
Well, what happens with these race cars, and we've seen it more this year than any other year I can remember, these cars are porpoising more through the dips. And when they do, when the car comes down, there are parts underneath that race car, like a cross member or headers or bell housings, all kind of things under there that can hit the racetrack. And apparently it's dug up a piece of the racetrack.
Yep. NASCAR's biggest race was held up by bad paving infrastructure, definitely living up to the American part of Great American Race. Of course, the race came to a standstill. Now, this red flag had plenty of fun moments and interviews in it, but many, if not most, were inconsequential. Except for one in particular, one with Darrell Waltrip and Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Hey, Junior, it's a DW in the Fox Sports booth, bud. You awake in there?
Yes, I
am. I got to tell you, you got the fastest car here down that back straightaway into the third turn. If you can corral that thing up, I believe you can get back to the front. What do you think?
Are you serious?
What, about it being fast or about you getting back to the front?
I didn't think it was too fast from where, I'm sitting about 21st or something, but if we can tighten it up, man, that last run I was so loose. All I could get around the track was laid a right rear quarter panel on the wall.
Just keep this interview in mind towards the end of the race for what Junior said. So, once they got the pothole filled and dried, the field got back to racing. And in this race, the patches did work. With the sun setting in the distance, the action on the track continued to heat up. What's interesting is that with the pickup of intensity, there were small flashes of tandem drafting. Contrary to popular belief, the two-car tandem draft was possible on the old slippery Daytona surface, just not all the way around the track like it would be the next season. But it would have to wait for the track itself, as the patch did end up breaking, and with 39 to go, the race would be stopped again. And even though some mentioned the possibility of ending the race early, NASCAR wasn't accepting that outcome. Working into the night, darkness enveloped the track. After over an hour of a delay, though, the field roared back to life with the shine of the track's lights glistening off of the cars now. With 32 to go, the green flag flew again. Scott Speed, staying out on a pit strategy, gained track position and led them to this green. This would start the last long green flag run of the night. While Speed did put up a fight up front, his silver and blue Red Bull Toyota was no match for Greg Biffle's 3M Ford. With under 15 to go, the front five were breaking off into a single file run in front of the entire snarling pack. It looked like the front contenders were gonna just click off laps and basically just battle for the great American race amongst themselves. But before they could really mix it up and do that, the yellow flag would fly again.
Trying to root Kurt Busch up off the bottom. Big wreck.
Three cars around in the middle of the back straightaway. Ryan Newman is in it. Through the grass goes the 37, Travis Quapple. Newman's car destroyed.
Under the caution, over half of the lead pack pitted, with the top 12 staying out. With 2 to go, it would now be Greg Biffle and Clint Bowyer leading the field to green.
He's going to have about one more chance.
And you
as
see
Greg Biffle takes the lead. And Bill Elliott gets piled up in turn number 4 with, I believe, Joey Logano.
Caution's out. The caution's out. The leader has not taken the white flag, so we will go into overtime.
With the crash coming before the white flag, it meant that NASCAR would attempt their first of a possible 3 green-white checker finishes. Biffle was still up front, but now he had Martin Truex Jr. beside him.
Biffle's last win, September 2008, Dover, Delaware. Pace car is in, green flag, green-white checker, here we go.
Oh boy, that 56 got a great restart.
And he's got Harvick pushing him when he took the green flag.
He's got Harv all up behind him.
Harvick trying for the bottom, made it!
He tried to put the block on him, but Harvick was there.
That's what he
wanted. Wham, bam, and here we go.
Here we go, boys.
That's why Harvick had to get to the bottom. His car is junk on the top.
Look at McMurray in that one, jump to the bottom.
Oh, I got another wreck. Dadgum.
Casey Kane.
Caution is out.
While adding another chance for the fans to see some action, the field was now having to beat the man to beat, Kevin Harvick. Beside him was the most recent plate track winner. The rest, as they say, is history.
Here we go. Green flag.
Pretty much a dead heat. It looks like Kevin got a little bit of a jump on the 29, got a little jump on the 1 car, and there's dad-to-be Carl Edwards right in the back of the 29, pushing hard as he can. Here we go up to back, 2 by 2, except the cat out front.
But look at the run. McMurray will get down that back straightaway, getting bumped from Greg Biffle in the 16 car. Biffle's all over the back of it. Edwards looks in the middle.
Whoa, I think
That'll
it might
hurt Harvick.
have been Harvick. Kind of gone to the outside and gone with that fast line.
Here comes Truex fighting his way back on the outside in that 56, but not a lot of help out there.
3 wide. Here comes Dale Jr. pushing Clint Bowyer.
Where'd Junebug come from?
This will be the white flag. Jamie McMurray is in front to try to win the 500. This will be the last lap.
Whatever happens now happens, folks. They get all wild up down here, and somebody's going to leave out that second turn to winner.
Junior on the bottom with Bowyer. Biffle ahead.
Truex trying to get up there and help McMurray, but Bowyer's right there behind Biffle in the 16. Look, there goes Bowyer to the outside.
Look at Junior. Come on, Junior. Come on.
Can they make it to the flag?
Nah, no way. They'll never get through this third turn.
Junior got squirreled up right there.
No, it's just perfect. He's flying through there.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. unbelievably has caught Jamie McMurray as they come to turn 4.
He'll have to go to the high side, though. McMurray will guard that line.
Crash at the back, never mind. Green flag still out. Checkered flag in the air. The 52nd Daytona 500 to Jamie McMurray.
Yes! Little Jamie, baby!
After being forced out of Roush after 2009, McMurray turned around to win the biggest race of 2010. To do this, he beat out a hard-charging AMP car driver of Dale Earnhardt Jr. From the backstretch with 2 to go to the backstretch of the final lap, Jr. got up from 11th to 2nd, utilizing that fast speed he had on that portion of the racetrack. But the star of the night still was Jamie Mack. The win would start off a season of trophy hunting for him. McMurray not only won the 500, but also the Brickyard 400 and the Charlotte Fall Race. As for Dale Jr., this would be a brief moment of reprieve before going back to the mediocrity that spanned with his team from the middle of 2008 through much of 2011. Meanwhile, the 2010 season overall would belong to Jimmy Johnson and his number 48 team for the 5th straight season. But in that night, though, Jamie Mack had his moment in the spotlight. Now with that, I'll pass it all on to you. How do you remember the 2010 Daytona 500? Let me know down in the comments below. While you're at it, leave a like in this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel for more great NASCAR content like this. And to all my great channel members, thank you so much for your support. So until next time, have a good one.